Well, hey guys, it's Spiffyguy and I'm back here with another around the home video. It is May 12th, I believe it is, May 13th actually, and this is kind of what I got growing on right now. You can see a strawberry barrel. We planted out kale around the bottom here, and they're doing well. We are getting some strawberries starting to come in. This is a quinault, and I'm fighting crabgrass trying to grow in there. And over here on this other side, I got a little bit of spinach coming in up top, and that's good because I like to eat that stuff, and I want it to go to seed so I can get some seeds of that. The potato barrel is doing well. I got some spinach starting in on the bottom there, and I've been slowly adding the soil back in as the plants are getting higher. So pretty soon we'll be putting on the other rings. So I'll be really interested at the end of the year to pull this apart. I redid the irrigation. As you can see, I've got the little hose there, and then this is just a plain 1/4 inch line, and then it goes to the 1/4 inch line with the emitters on it, and that way as it raises up I can move it around. Coming over here, I will take you on the inside of the fence line, but things are going well. I've got I think I've kind of solved my bug problem. I was spraying quite a bit with the neem oil, and I think I might have burned out some of the leaves on the bottom, so I've kind of held off. We've got a little bit of lettuce coming in here. This is a dwarf pak choi coming in here, and some of the peppers are still a little worse for wear, but they're putting on new leaves up top, and so I'm hopeful. Let's just put it that way. This little guy right here, you can see we've got little tiny peppers coming in there, so that's pretty super cool. This is one didn't make it. I put in an extra mammoth I had. I always make sure to start a little bit more plants than you plan to put in the ground, and that way if you have some that don't make it, you can use those. The tomatoes are doing well. You can see I've got some flowers on the vine over here. The Japanese blacks are doing well. I believe that's what this is right back in here. So pretty happy with that. The pak choi is doing real well. We'll start pulling that out and replace the in-between with some lettuce and kale seeds. The purple radishes are doing well. They're getting pretty high. We'll see how long until they put in some actual radish. And then my little lettuce mix here is doing well. Over here, the radishes, the purple radishes are doing well in the bucket with the we're gonna let those go to seed. I have quite an infestation of yellow wood sorrel. This stuff is kind of edible, so I've been leaving it. Pulling on with the crabgrass once again. You can see somehow it got into my compost, but I do have some radishes coming in here. These are the 18 days. They're kind of popping up, so we'll see how that goes. Over here on this side, the kale's doing well. We've got kale here. We've got some lettuce all around. This is my purple basil. We've got regular basil in here, and lettuce back there. And the cucumbers are starting to pick up a little bit. I was a little nervous about them. They kind of looked a little funky, like you can see right here. And I think that is from burning it out a little bit with the neem oil. So just be wary of using that stuff. I will thin these back a little bit to 2 plants per square, but right now I just kind of want to get them up a little bit and see which ones look the best, and then get them up on the trellis here. So that's doing well. The dill right here is coming in, which is great. We got some cilantro popping in. Happy with that. No spinach. None of the spinach here germinated. I don't know what the deal is with that. I have a feeling that next year I'm going to need to buy some spinach seed. That's for sure. The Martina Romas right here, they're doing well. We're starting to get some small flowers right here, so that's good to go. The peas down here, these are the Tom Thumb peas. They're not going to get very high. The beans, I was a little worried they were getting a little bit of bug eaten, but they're starting to put their runners out now, and so we're training them up towards the back here. My son's lima beans took a beating. A hellacious beating. We're hoping that they recover a bit. We have one in a little in a pot as well that's doing okay. So as long as we continue to get seeds every year from it, we can continue his tradition of having lima beans that he started a few years ago in kindergarten. So the onions are doing well. I had mixed my onions, if you remember, so I think that these thicker ones are actual onions and the thinner ones are going to be green onions. So there you go. I'll let these seed heads right here go to seed fully and save them, because I am running out of seeds on that. This pot right down here, I was going to plant some stuff and I kind of forgot about it, but I put in the remaining spares that I had, and that's a Hungarian wax with some of the Russian red kale. I got the Russian red kale down in here. I've got my atomic carrots over here. I'll move that right in there. Not beating the carrot up too much. I guess I need to get a steak there. I think we'll get maybe a pumpkin or two. They kind of got eaten out pretty bad by these guys. I think it's the potato bugs, but I planted a bunch in here and they didn't come up, so that's kind of a bummer. I did have an extra tomato, and so I just planted it down here, what was left over of the garden barrel compost, because I really hate to throw plants away. It wasn't his fault I didn't have room, so we'll plant them there and we'll see what he does. I've been scooping out soil and sticking it in with the potatoes there, just for greens to slowly raise that level. All right, so the big bane of my existence is this irrigation system, and I'll tell you what's going on with it. So my 4-way that I had here, if you remember, it sprung a leak on the corner here, and that seal on the end just started leaking. A lot of people have mentioned that online, and unfortunately I need to return it. So we're back to the 2-way, which works out all right, I guess. One of the other things I noticed was, as you can see down here, got a bit of water. So I think that during the winter, one of the seals down here on my PVC has gone bad. So if you remember there, I have four 45s, or actually it's 2 45s and then the T to come up, and then another 2 45s to get it going that direction. And I think one of those seals is bad, so I got to dig that up, figure it out, cut it out, put a new stuff in there. Pain in the butt, I'm going to tell you. But I haven't had any water hammer since I pulled the vacuum seal up there, and this hose system is working well. The pressure regulator is still dripping, as you can see right here, which is a bit of a bummer. So I am losing a little bit of water there, which is unfortunate. I have been trying to collect it in my little watering can and put it back in there. That way I'm not dumping too much water. So I don't know if that's normal for it to drip like that. I did end up using Teflon tape right here and on that seal as well up top to keep everything from leaking. It's a pain in the butt, but it is nice to come out. I've been setting it on about 45 minutes, an hour, turn the water on, I go about my business, and then before I go to bed at night I come and turn the water off. So we're pretty hot. We're 80 degrees today, and we're just gonna get that much hotter. I've already pulled one batch of lemon balm out front, and I stuck that in my dehydrator for you know, I don't know, like 10-12 hours at 95 degrees, which is the lowest setting it will. And so I'll start collecting that throughout the year to make sure that it continues to regrow, and I will get tea, and so I will mix that with some green tea or you know, mint and that sort of thing. So that's one of the big projects this year, is to get a good you know, like a good collection of herbs and things like that. So that's what we're doing. We're going to dry some stuff out. Hopefully the dill will do well, and that's kind of what's growing on right now. It's kind of on autopilot at this point in time. I'll come in and thin out this basil a little bit. You can see I got a bunch growing here. There's 2 plants, and so what I'll do is I'll just kind of come in like that and, you know, pull out the one that needs to go. So there's 2 kale plants here, and I'll probably pull one of these out. I'll pull the leaves off of them and eat it, of course. But there you go. I got some basil back here I need to thin out, and I'll do that with the cucumbers. I just want everything to kind of come up a little bit. It seems very stunted this year. It doesn't seem to be getting as high as quickly. Facebook, you know, tells you what's going on. And I remember some of the pictures that they're showing me. I mean, you know, like I had plants that were a lot higher, and I think part of that issue is I just started later to get my seedlings in. So there's some good examples right there. Anyway, I'm rambling away, so I will show you this wonderful picture of a pepper, and I want you guys to remember that life is an adventure. So go out and have one and grow your own little purple peppers.